Welcome everybody. Thanks for joining us. Level M Diecast. We are rolling into Matchbox Mix 2 for 2024. This is the collector line. That is mix number 1 right there, 1 through 5, released in order. Mix number 2 does carry on that tradition. We're going to kick it off with number 6. This is the 1970 Oldsmobile 442. This is a brand spanking new casting, debuting in the collector line. So we actually have quite a few new castings in this particular mix. There is some deets on the back. Should you need the deets, there you go. GBJ48 is your assortment code. So we'll go ahead and get this guy cracked. Get him out of the packaging. Set that down. Take a look at the box. As we typically do, there is your collector box. Looks pretty good. Number 6. Take a look at the little blueprint right there. Actually looks pretty good. Maybe a little bit of issue with just the rear window on the passenger side. But looks pretty good. Looks pretty good. It looks like it's got a pretty decent stance to it. So, not too shabby. There is the number on the bottom. They do have a 2024 copyright date. 2023 is, I guess, the conception date, potentially. Of course, it's hard to tell that that's 06. It just looks like 00. So we will add number 6 up there. So there we go. We will go ahead and take a look at our Oldsmobile 442. This is a brand spanking new casting, and I am happy to report that is a metal base. This is an all-metal casting, metal body, metal base, double die cast. MB416 is your brand spanking new man number right there. S51. So this was made the second to last week of 2023. There is some deets in the front. Looks pretty good. Prints on the front says 442 in that middle grill part. It is some pretty small print, so kind of hard to see. This print is all on the base, and then that 442 is the body. Looks pretty good. Got some hood pins and stuff going on there. There is the prints on the back. That looks pretty good. The plate print is not very crisp. Can't really tell what state or anything it's supposed to be or what it's supposed to mimic, but at least there is some print on there. Taillights look pretty good. It does say 442 there on the trunk lid as well. This guy is not only double die cast, but he also has opening feature. Ooh, these doors are super stiff. Ooh. Super stiff doors. There is your ugly interior. Most Matchbox have ugly interior, but the exteriors are fantastic. Pretty decent amount of detail on the inside of the door panels. I'm always checking that out. It's kind of an unnecessary feature, but I really like it when they actually do it. But this looks pretty good. The blue looks very good. Get those doors closed up. That is a Matchbox original wheel. It looks a little bit weird just because of how the chrome is put on there. So it makes it look a bit blotchy, but it doesn't look that bad in person. Just looks a little bit worse when you're looking at it up close like that. Tire tread on there is non-existent. It's basically a slick, but that one's pretty good. That one's actually not too bad. So pretty happy to add a double die cast. I was thoroughly surprised with that one. All right, moving on to number 7. This is an existing casting. This is the Porsche Cayenne Turbo. This did debut in the Germany series, I think 2022. And then we got a red one in the Porsche series. And then we also got it in blue for the main line last year. So now it is in kind of an electric metallic green color for the collector line here. So we'll get the plastic out of the way. There is the box. Looks pretty good. Box art looks pretty good. There is the details for the blueprint. That one actually looks really good. That one actually looks really good. I'm pretty impressed. Looks appropriate. Looks like they didn't miss anything, but I really like the stance of it. Looks like it's got some nice, good wheels and tires on it. It's just a really good card art. There is the base deets right there. Again, 2024 and 2023. At least you can tell that one says number 7. So throw that guy up there. So first time seeing this guy in full-on premium garb, which really doesn't matter. It really doesn't matter because the only thing that we get on this one that we didn't get on the main line is rubber tires. It does look good with that all black 5-spoke. But the model itself, you know, we get front and rear decals on every single one that's been released thus far. It says Porsche Cayenne on there. It's kind of difficult because sometimes I really want them to do regular decals like this, so you just get a nice factory look to it. But other times I'm like, you know, we get that in the main line. Maybe you need to go a little bit crazier with the deco. The color's really nice. It's satin-ish. It's not super gloss. I actually like it. It's actually a really, really nice color. And then just a little bit of that black print on the over fenders. I mean, it's all right. It looks good. I think the 5-spokes look really good on it. But other than that, just nothing fancy. Again, we've seen that model sporting pretty standard decos its whole entire existence. All right, moving on to number 8. This is not a new casting. This is an existing casting. 1964 Buick Riviera. Did debut in the moving parts. Now it is in the collector line. So this will not be a brand new casting. This definitely does not have a metal base, unfortunately. This is an existing casting, but that's okay. I think we've only seen that casting one time thus far, and it was in black. So take a look at our box art right here. There you go. Looks pretty good. Looks pretty good. The Riviera is an interesting car, interesting design. There is the blueprint. Looks okay. You can definitely tell the wheels are definitely not appropriate. They don't really fit the model, but that's okay. And then there is just the standard base deets, 08. Of course, you're not going to see the 8 because it's covered up by the Matchbox logo. All right, there is the deco. It's got some pretty nice white print on the top. It kind of goes around the hood, goes around the trunk. There is a good amount of silver that goes around the windows as well. Same on the side. It says Riviera right there on the side. That looks pretty good. Same wheel as the Oldsmobile. So it is a gray wheel with chrome print on it. I think that's what really throws it off. It really looks blotchy. When I first saw these, I thought that they were damaged, but it's just the wheel design. They just look really blotchy with that chrome print. Those headlights are printed. So the printed headlights are on the chrome base. So that's a very, very nice contrast. Looks very, very good. There is your details on the other side. And then, of course, full prints on the back. Looks pretty good. No print on the base part like for the plate or anything. But taillights are done up. And, of course, it does say Riviera again, which looks pretty good. Get that to focus. There we go. And then this guy does have opening parts. Like I said, debuted in moving parts. So, of course, it's got opening doors. Decent amount of detail on the inside of the panel. Looks pretty decent. At least it's there. At least it's there. I think that's okay. It's a pretty nicely scaled model. It's relatively long, just like you'd expect. There is your super chrome base, 64 Buick. But the stance is really good. It looks really, really good sitting there. It's got a really nice presence. It's got a really nice, kind of ride height to where it sits with the wheels and stuff. I really like the way that they fit in the wheel arches. Looks pretty good. All right, moving on to number 9. This is a brand spanking new casting. 1974 Toyota Celica GT liftback. It does not look very good in the package, but we will get it out of the package and we will take a look at it. Like I said, brand spanking new casting right here. It's our second new casting for the mix. Debuting right here in the collector line. There is your box. The card art looks fantastic. I think that looks really, really good. Your blueprints, that looks good as well. Definitely like the rearview mirrors on the fenders. Unfortunately, the actual model does not get those. Not even incorporated into the casting, which is unfortunate. See, there is no side mirrors, unfortunately. This casting, it's interesting. There is the prints in the backs. Looks pretty good. Really good details on there. Plate done up. I'm sure that's somebody's plate, or I'm sure there's some deal with that plate. The prints look pretty good. It is a black plastic base. MB 1476 is your number. That one looks okay. Again, this does have rubber tires. That looks like they're plastic, but they are rubber tires. They are the disc hub wheels. Print on the side. Does say Celica there on the side. Looks pretty good. Details on the front. It does have front print. says GT in there. This does have an opening hood. So this will be, I think it opens backwards. There we go. Yeah, I figured it. That looks pretty good. That looks pretty good. So still carbureted. You know, we're talking the 70s, so this was still carbureted. There's your air cleaner on the top. The details look fantastic. Prints look fantastic. Looks good. A little bit of orange print around the outside, so it fits in with the engine bay. I think that's a great attention to detail. That looks pretty good. The hood looks pretty good. It actually stays up very nicely. Everything else with the model looks pretty good. Looking inside, it is left-hand drive. So hopefully there is no interior variations to this guy. I hope. In the back there, it looks like there's a couple of circles. I'm not sure if that's supposed to be cargo or if that's just that way. But hopefully there is no interior variations to this guy. Again, the same way. You hold the hood down and then you push it down. So pretty clever. I think overall the model's a bit squished. I don't really like the execution of the casting, but I will tell you, if you're in the store looking at this and you think it looks a little bit wonky, I assure you when you get it in hands, it looks much, much better. It's certainly much, much better. Loose out of the package than in the package. It definitely looks a bit too cartoonish in the package, but in hands, this is actually a pretty nice model. Not the greatest, but it's pretty nice. All right, moving on to the last one. This is number 10. Another brand spanking new casting. 2021 Subaru BRZ. This was teased a while ago that the BRZ was coming. So finally has made its market debut. Debuting in the collector line. Yes, that's right. 3 brand new castings in just a mix of 5 cars, which is cool. There is the card art. Does not look very good. Very, very squished in the card art. Wheels don't look all that great either, just in my opinion. And that definitely looks like something that should be in Gran Turismo's Group B rally car. They do have a BRZ rally car that definitely looks like it fit the bill. Unfortunately, not a street car. Not a street car. And you'll notice this has wire wheels on there. The model itself actually came out with 5 spokes. There is the bottom of the box. So we'll add the box there. We get our second layer towards the year. Take a look at our BRZ. This one is in basically World Rally Blue, which looks good. It's a bit of a matte finish to it. So it's gloss, but it's not much. There's not a whole lot of gloss to it. Super, super dark window. Super, super dark window. It is left-hand drive, though. You can barely see the steering wheel in there. Hopefully there's no variations on this either, although it would make sense because this is sold worldwide. There is the prints on the front. Looks pretty good. There's your Subaru symbol. I think the prints look fantastic. Deets looks pretty good as well. This one right here, that is a metal base. So we get 2 metal bases for the new casting. So that is pretty cool, actually. There is the deets on there. 1477 is the man number. Again, S51 is the day code, second to last week of 2023. As we get closer and closer and closer to 24, there is some grille prints in there as well. Take a look at the back there. It does say Subaru BRZ on the plate. There's a big BRZ on the trunk lid. Subaru, I think the taillights look fantastic. They almost look like they're on, which is super, super cool. I actually like that look. No third taillight done up, but that's okay. And then just your exhaust detail and stuff that is part of the base. It looks okay. There is the 5 spokes again. It's a little bit too high of a stance. I think there will be some excellent customizers out there who are able to take this model apart and definitely drop it into a much more appropriate stance. But it does have side mirrors on it, which is always good. So pretty happy about that. So throw that guy there. So there you go. That is your comprehensive look. Mix number 2, Matchbox Collectors for 2024. Not too shabby. We got these 2 brand new castings with metal bases, brand new casting. It's meh. It's a pretty good mix, you know. Only 2 models didn't have moving parts. The rest of them are moving parts, which is good. I think we need that for a premium. But I definitely like the color of the Porsche, but I think that Olds 442 might be the best of the mix. So anyways, we're going to roll out. Appreciate you guys. Thank you very much. Drop a comment. Let me know your thoughts on those. Till next time, Level M. Peace.